What's up guys, I'm back with a new video. Today we have the great man who is burning up the entire internet's mics with his screams. Yes, IShowSpeed. This guy plays games, but it seems like the game is playing him. What he does when he gets angry. What happens when his mom turns off his Wi-Fi? That's exactly what happens. So guys, without further ado, let's start the video.
I'm heartbroken.
If Speed had half the speed of his head, he would have come live on time. Seeing this guy's reaction, I think he's not a television, but a radio, just sound, no picture. And bro, when I hear him, I swear it's Siri in Bengali. Because Siri understands something, Speed opens his lungs before he can understand. His moments of anger are so regular, his fans don't even see him anymore, they only recognize him by his words. The walls of his room do more damage than games. Well, he barks like a dog. Bro, did you come to play games to get veterinary care? Don't call him a dog. He barks and gives ideas himself. Speed bro, the louder you are, the more you will bark. If you are angry, don't play games, work at a petrol station, at least you can light the stove. You call yourself IShowSpeed, but the way you play, I think it would be better to call it IShowLag. Bro, judging by your reaction, you just got Wi-Fi and came from the Stone Age. Every time you shout like Ronaldo silently watches Messi's video. Every time you shout, I think Google Translate has caught a virus. You bark in front of the camera. This is not a dog barking, but the last hope of a frustrated content creator. You say, I'm smart. Bro, even Google gives you a 404 on your brain test. You say, I love football, but more than the ball, you threaten in front of the camera. IShowSpeed, you, IShowCring. Bro, you went viral, not because of the content, because of an accident. When I enter Speed's live, it feels like a NASA rocket launch. The screaming is so loud that it's like my headphones are saying, bro, nothing more, let me go. When I see him, I feel like he's the only person in the world who turns his chair into a WWE frenzy while playing FIFA. Bro, it's just a game, like you're in World War II. And you know what? The guy set the live on fire. I thought, this is going to be the world's first IRL final boss. Speed's English is so, the subtitles get confused themselves. Bro, I don't understand it either. What language is this? Well, tell me something, Speed, is he sleeping? Or do you wake up the alarm by screaming even when you're asleep? The watch says, bro, I'm going. And when his webcam moved like that, I thought there was an earthquake. The geological survey said, bro, it's called speedquake. Bro, when you watch IShowSpeed, it feels like someone mixed TikTok and Monster Energy together. This kid screams like he wasn't born in a hospital, he was born directly into a speaker. Speed's head is so hot, if he was cooking rice, he wouldn't have a pressure cooker, he would boil it with his mouth. And his football skills, bro, if Messi saw this, he would quit playing and become a makeup artist straight away. Watching Speed stream is like teaching your ears patience. But I have to say one thing, the guy who sets himself on fire, breaks chairs while playing games, and sings using Google Translate, is simply legendary entertainment. Speed bro, if you watch this video, no hate, just love, and yes, I have a piece of advice for you. Please bro, shut up for a day, just a day, you need to save your microphones. Speed's head is visible, but his thoughts are nowhere to be found. Bro, when he thinks, it's like Windows XP is still updating. Whenever you ask him a question, he pauses for 5 seconds and shouts, bro, if IQ could be measured by shouting, Speed would be a top scientist at NASA. 50% of the time in Speed's stream he says he's a dog. And the other 50% of the time he barks like a dog himself. When Speed sings, Autotune itself says, bro I can't do this anymore. Once he sang, do you love God? I turned off the mic at that time, I was searching on Google, free USA clinic for ear damage repair. Alexa turned off itself after hearing his song, saying, I can't live with this anymore. Speed is so angry, it's like he's not playing a game, he's waging a world war. He throws the controller, yells, then says, I'm fine guys, it's just a game. Bro, just a game. So why is your chair in the ICU now? When Speed gets angry, even the FBI watchlist thinks. Very unstable, even for us. Speed bro, you're not human, you're a walking Wi-Fi glitch. Speed has no idea, RAM is full. Even the chair and table in front of you are not safe, bro. IShowSpeed's brain may be running on Windows XP, and it stopped receiving updates in 2014, which is why IShowSpeed is in this state. My headphones tried to commit suicide after hearing this boy's voice. Please, bro, can you talk without screaming? IShowSpeed, but he has no speed in his head. I mean, his thinking speed is so slow, even if the kids competed with turtles, he would win. We all know that Speed is expressive, emotional and acts like a crazy person. But bro, seeing this guy's behavior, even Google says, the answer to this question is not on our servers. This boy watches football and says, is that Ronaldo from Argentina? Bro, even geography books want to retire after seeing you. Speed has so many problems in his head, National Geographic wants to make a documentary on his thinking. Finally, I'll say one thing, IShowSpeed has given us entertainment that is dangerous for the brain, but great for entertainment. I love you bro, but you really are a walking cringe compilation. What's really going on in Speed's head? I searched on Google, inside IShowSpeed's brain. The result came, 404, logic not found. When he thinks, there is a silent explosion. I mean, there is no sound, but the clock strikes 12. Speed is such a big fan of football, but he doesn't even know the difference between a ball and a goalpost. He says, Messi plays for Portugal. Bro, the FIFA office caught fire after hearing this information. Speed's football knowledge is T-Sellers English. Some are there, some are not, and the rest are just words. When Speed plays games, it feels like someone has sent a ghost nearby. Actually, it's a monkey jumping on the screen. When he was screaming so loudly, my mother came and said, is this boy putting poison in his throat? I said, no, mother, he's live on YouTube. Looking at Speed's videos, it seems like he considers bathing a sin. His skin is so covered in dust, he wants to put him in an exhibit at the National Museum. I'm now suspecting, Speed is actually an AI, which glitches every 10 seconds. He laughs once, cries once, and then suddenly takes off his clothes. What firmware is this, bro? Speed bro, you make us laugh, surprise, and sometimes scare us. But there's one thing, no one is wiser after watching your videos. But the sadness is completely gone. So, keep going, and we'll continue your roast. Speed's IQ is like a Wi-Fi signal, it disappears when you get too far away. I think IShowSpeed has no RAM in his brain. He just keeps loading. IShowSpeed, the only YouTube content creator who doesn't make me dizzy, my confidence goes crazy. Speed's screams are so terrifying. NASA thought, it's a new alien language. When his voice gets really loud, YouTube's algorithm says, please mute it, your ears can't handle it. When he says, goal, 3 submarines on Earth lose their satellites. Don't shout, bro, it's audio terrorism. How do you know Speed's intelligence? There is an empty room right under his head, if you pay the rent, the tenant will leave. He once said, Cristiano Messi. Look, brother, children do not learn from him, they drop out of school. Speed is the only person who wants to go to Google and search on Google. Speed is the kind of football fan who thinks, offside means dishonesty by defenders. He says, Ronaldo invented football. No brother, Ronaldo did not create your memory. There are so many gaps in your knowledge of history, children tear up their notebooks and salute you. Speed's video is a game where he is a player, he is an insect. He laughs once, suddenly shouts loudly, then suddenly takes off his clothes. Brother, no game, you are a live crash report. Speed's skin is so sweaty, NASA looks at him and says, this guy is a new ocean in itself. Sabin looked at him and said, you insulted me, bro. Speed is fun, but its content looks like TikTok, Reddit and the brain all crashed together. When someone laughs at Speed, I say, you're laughing, right, but think about what you've lost. IShowSpeed, you're funny, you're crazy. You're a walking Wi-Fi glitch. You can't tell when it's connected, when it's disconnected. Speed has so little RAM in its head, TikTok videos won't even load. Siri retired after hearing this. Speed is the person who pours tea into a mug and charges the phone. Actually, people like Speed are quite rare. Half the time you can't tell if he's shouting or singing, and the other half it feels like he's wrestling with his own camera. But one thing is for sure, the way he makes us laugh shows that there is an art to madness. So, let's get on with his antics and weird running, because at the end of the day, The internet would be a little quieter without IShowSpeed. Speed is that crazy ride of our internet that we don't want to stop. Even though his screaming hurts our ears, his madness makes our hearts feel better. In other words, he's like that. Laggy Wi-Fi. Annoying, but you can't live without it. So bro, keep up your bark, bounce and breakdown. Because at the end of the day, IShowSpeed means unpredictable entertainment at full volume. So friends, please don't take this video too seriously because this video is just made to entertain you. So everyone stay safe and healthy, inshallah. See you in one of the next videos. Allah Hafez.